from Atlanta, Georgia, it's At Home with AJ. And now, your host, Anthony S. and Jasmine.
Wow, well, here we are again.
Wow. Another edition at
I know.
At Home with AJ.
Woo, we got through the first week, and I am so happy.
The week went by so fast.
It did, babe.
All of a sudden, it's Wednesday again.
It did.
You know?
Look at little Anthony didn't even get a chance to change clothes.
He was supposed to go to the beauty parlor,
I know.
and everything was so rushed, but he's still looking good.
He's
And
here.
He's here. Little Anthony's here.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to our home once
Wow.
again.
Welcome. Welcome. Welcome to another edition of At Home with AJ. My name is Anthony S.
And I am Jasmine. And we have such a good show for you today.
What a show. What a show. What a show.
So, Anthony, what about that good news today?
Good news. Well, you know how I like to be on the internet. You know me. You know, I'm just like you. I'm on the internet all the time, searching and scrolling and searching. And I found out, and this is great. You're going to love this, guys. This is something else. I've been waiting for this for a long time, and it finally happened.
What's that?
There's a woman, a teacher, named Melinda Williams out of LA. And she's a teacher. Her fourth grade kids are paying tribute to groups like Smokey Robinson,
Oh,
groups
wow.
like The Temptations, groups that we grew up with.
Right,
okay?
right.
And they were actually doing this on stage.
And this is on Facebook?
This is on Facebook.
Oh, my gosh.
I kid you not. And they're actually doing something right now. This week, they were actually doing The Temptations. My Girl. Just like in the movie.
You have to show me that. I want to see
I'll show it to
that.
you.
Little kids?
Little kids, they're fourth graders.
Did they have suits on?
They had suits on. They were stepping just like The
Oh, my
Temptations.
gosh.
If you've seen the movie, then you'll know what I'm talking about. These are little kids doing the same thing. They got little David Ruffin up there doing it. And you can see the guy that's doing Paul. You can see the guy that's doing Otis. It looks so good. They did it so well.
Are they singing or are they just dancing?
They're lip syncing.
Oh, wow.
Okay? And they're doing all the steps.
Okay.
I couldn't believe it. So talking about good news.
That's
great news.
Because you know what? That we don't want that music to die.
No.
You know, and Motown, oh my gosh. It's just like standards. You know, I love jazz standards. And, you know, jazz standards will never die.
Never.
And neither will Motown. We won't let it.
Oh, no. Barry and Smokey and all those cats, they still with us.
Right? Otis is still around.
Otis is still here.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
And Otis has started up many Temptations. Okay.
Dennis Edwards, he still has his group going.
Dennis is going.
Yeah.
Still singing that
yeah.
same old song. Huh? But that's okay. But we like it.
Hey, I love it. I
We like
love
it.
it. I
Yes.
love it.
Yes, yes.
Well, that is great news, Anthony.
We got a great
Great.
show for you guys
Yes, sir.
today.
Yes, sir. But before we get into that,
What are we going to do?
ask AJ.
Ask AJ.
Ask AJ. And we have two questions from some of our Facebook fans out there. And so I'm going to go to my little trusty iPad here.
You know, we are social media all the way.
Love
You know,
social media.
We got the phone here. We got the iPad
Facebook,
here.
Twitter, Instagram, we do it all.
My tab is acting up on me, so I'm going to use my phone.
Okay, I'm going to read this first question.
You go ahead. What is that? What
And,
does it pertain to?
Okay, here it is. She
Okay.
says, hi, AJ. My name is Brenda from Atlanta, and I just received my bachelor's degree from a local college here in Atlanta.
Okay.
Everywhere I turn, I notice that most but all businesses are online. I'm not quite sure what I want to do yet, but how do I actually get the process in starting an online business. She wants to know, how does she get that going?
Good question.
Well, being a business major, I can tell you, use social media to the hilt. That's going to be your best friend. Get a website done. Pay a little money, pay a little extra money and get a good website done. That's going to be the start. Make sure you take care of your licenses, whether you're going to be an LLC or you're going to incorporate as an LLC. If anything happens to your business, if it goes under or you lose some money, they won't come after you, per se. They'll come after the LLC. So that's always a good thing.
And tell a lot of folks don't know what LLC means.
Limited liability.
Yes.
Corporation.
Yes,
That's what LLC means.
Yes, yes. So it's a limited liability.
And I want you to know, Brenda, I am so glad. I love to hear about women talking about going into their own business.
There you go.
We need more of that. So good luck to you, and thank you for writing in to Ask AJ.
Yes. And hopefully we'll hear more from Brenda.
I hope so too. Yeah, when you get it going, let us know. Maybe we can help out in some kind of way.
So Brenda, holler at us. Let us know how you're doing.
Yes,
and
please.
we'll get back to you. I have a question from one of our fans. Okay, this gentleman here lives. Now he's from my town, New York City.
Oh, okay.
We going to New York. We going home. This gentleman, he says, "Hi AJ, my name is." What is his name here?
Let me see.
Hold on.
We got two sets of eyes here.
Hold on. Here we go. Okay.
Jerry. I see him.
Okay, and I got a new message just coming in. Okay, so again, he says, "Hi, AJ, my name is Jerry. I live on the Upper East Side in New York City. It's my town."
That's near Central Park.
Yes, it is.
Love it.
Okay, I'm up there. I used to go up there all the time now. Walk around now. I used to just walk around and see some of those little brownstones and limestones and little shops and stuff, just walking through. But it's nice up there. Well, his question is, he says to me, my girlfriend's birthday is next month, and I don't know what to buy her. Tell me, AJ, how do I shop for a woman who has everything? Please help me.
Well, unfortunately, I can't. I don't know.
I'm
woman that has everything.
I'm gonna take a stab at this. Okay.
There's still some things I want.
There's one answer, Jerry, and I hope you're listening. There's only one answer that will work. Okay. A woman who has everything, you can't buy her everything all the time. But what you can buy her, actually, you can't buy her, but you need to give her. Because she's got everything, but you need to give her more of you, which you can't buy.
Nice.
Give her more of your time. You see, that always works. A woman just wants to be paid attention to, but all the time. A woman who's got everything,
Look at you.
you can't buy her. You can't buy that, but you can give her more of you. And that's what I do with this lady here. You see, she has everything, but I give her a lot of me. So that's the answer, Jerry. Spend more time with her. You'll be okay.
That is a great answer.
How's that, y'all?
Oh my
Was that a good
God, I
one?
love it, because it's so
Jerry,
true. Because we do so many things
yes,
together,
don't we?
and you can't buy
You
that.
can't buy that. You
buy
can't buy
it.
that. So Jerry, give her more of you.
That is
all right?
awesome, babe.
Put a little bow on it if you want to, but give her more of you.
Tie yourself up with a little bow.
And write us back, Jerry. Let us know how things are going. Okay? Yes, sir. So there it is.
That is awesome.
Was that good?
Great.
All right.
Well, babe, I am so excited because our guest for today's show
I'm so excited.
is a friend of mine. I love her to life. And I'm just so happy that she's here.
I am too. Well, I tell you, she, first of all, she is huge down here in Atlanta. She works at WCLK.
WCLK,
Okay.
Clock Atlanta's
Y'all know what that's at? You know what's
jazz
at?
radio
WCLK.
station.
She's an on-air personality. On air, okay? She's a vocalist. she's an actress from what I hear. I heard she's pretty good too.
She's done some acting.
Yeah, she has. A lot of you know her on Facebook as Gwen Redding, but a lot of you know her as Rivablue. But you know, the one thing that I just found this out, that Riva's cousin, I didn't know this, I'm just recently finding this out, is Otis Redding.
Yes. Isn't that amazing? Oh my God, that is amazing.
My uncle played drums for James Brown in the Famous Flames, Nat Kendrick. And I know for a fact that Nat knew Otis. He had to, because they all worked together.
All this excitement. This is great.
Okay. So, without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, Rivablue.
Hello there.
Hey, lady.
Hey, where you want me to sit?
Beautiful.
Thank you. Thank you.
Beautiful.
Where you want me to sit?
gonna
Next
sit-
Looking all pretty over here.
Y'all want to let me sit to Anthony?
Yes, little
You're gonna sit. You're gonna sit.
I want to sit on his lap.
I will move. He talks.
Give me my baby.
He wanted to sit next to you. Rita.
Okay, well,
You're gonna sit right there in the middle.
Okay.
He wanted you to hold him.
Yeah.
He's so spoiled. Anthony is blowing up on Facebook like you don't know what.
Oh, I see why.
Everybody says, "How's little Anthony doing?"
Everybody loves a little teddy bear.
See?
So cute.
Oh, now you're really spoiling
He
him.
likes his ear rub.
That's
So you do that when you want to.
Just like a
When
man.
you spoil,
Likes his ears
okay.
rubbed.
I'm sure he's gonna start talking to me. His name is Anthony. Huh?
Anthony, little
Anthony.
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 Lil Anthony.
Little Anthony.
Okay.
Well, Riva,
Welcome, girl.
we are so glad you're here.
You're looking
Thank
good.
you. I don't know what to say about you too. I don't know. What I do know is that when you two, well, I was talking to Jasmine, and I said, "What about you and this guy here, the tall guy, the tall guy?" She said, "Oh, ain't nothing going on. There's nothing happening."
When was
I was
this?
like, "Are you sure? Are you sure?"
That must have been a while ago.
Because look, I'm trying to tell you.
She's telling our story.
She's
telling our business.
Brighten up.
Uh-huh.
Would just brighten up. And I'm like, oh, there's got to be a little bit more to this than what she's saying. So, Jasmine and I, we used to sing together all the time.
I heard.
Hang out at Cafe 290 and all. And then there was an event at the hotel. What hotel was that?
Oh.
With Jeffrey Charles. Do you remember?
Oh, you're
Remember?
talking about the Children's Miracle Network.
Yes.
That function.
Yeah.
Oh, that one. That's what I
Yes.
had to get you ready for. Yeah.
Okay, so then the next thing
remember
I
that one.
know,
Yeah.
you two are coming together coming into Cafe 290 together. And
Holding
looking on-
hands.
Oh, yeah. And you're still saying, oh, there's nothing going on. And I'm like, there has to be.
Nothing going on
Yes.
but the rent.
That's it.
So now that you two have fallen in love, you spend so much time together, Jasmine is always laughing. What is it like
I'm
to
happy.
be such a wonderful couple at times like this when you see so much going on in the tabloids and you see people breaking up and coming back together and breaking up, and then the two of you just click just like that. And I was like, wow, that is so wonderful. So now Jasmine comes out and sings with me every now and then. Who's going to take care of the cash register, dog?
But
But I want to know you guys' story because I want to know how this all, really
She's
took
telling
place.
our
I
story.
want to know how the two of you fell in love because it's totally amazing. And I mean, you do everything together. You started this TV show together and put it on the internet. I just want to know how all of this came about. I'm just
Anthony, I don't know how she's turning this interview into
She's interviewing us.
on us.
She's interviewing us.
But
I just want to know.
no, we want to know about you.
You.
have a lot of fans out here.
There are so
You're
many.
On, you're on
Do you know
Facebook.
how huge you are? How
She
big
doesn't-
you
I was
are?
Y'all
getting
just
ready to
came
say
together
that.
and
She
put
doesn't
together
know.
this TV show, and I tell you, she's always laughing. When I come over to the house and she talks about she's laughing first, and then I'm wondering this must be one happy woman. What have you done?
Okay.
Get a
Okay,
word
let me-
in there.
let
She's
me-
not gonna let us do it.
I'll give you the not the long version.
Okay.
I'll give you the shorter version,
Okay.
or the medium length version.
Tell me about the magic.
of-
Go ahead.
Well, yes, it is magic. We did not know that all of this was going to happen. We met a year or so ago.
Okay.
She actually asked me out 3 times. This was during the holidays. She asked me out.
That's different. Go ahead.
It was nice. It was nice.
Yeah.
You know, I was
Yeah.
just chilling, and she called me up one day. Anthony, what you doing? Nothing. You want to go to a Christmas party at my job? I said,
Yeah.
yeah, why not? Wasn't doing nothing.
And that was the beginning, and here we are. And yes,
Yes. And she cooks well too, doesn't she?
She is amazing. I like her cooking because she reminds me of my mom, the way my mom cooked.
Yes.
You know.
Yeah. But I tell you, one time she cooked a pan of turkey wings and some greens and some cornbread, and I was like, oh my goodness.
Yeah, she can throw
this
down.
Is,
She can
the
throw
lady
down.
can cook. She can throw down. She's
But
good.
there's
okay, now listen, Anthony.
I know.
Rivablue can cook also, and as a matter of fact,
That's
you know,
what I'm
at-
hearing.
At
You
the
know.
end of our show, we always go in the kitchen and throw down.
And
And
that's-
Riva has some fish waiting for us in there, you all. But even before that, we are going to stop this interview on us, and it's about you.
Listen.
And my first question to you, Miss
I
Riva
love
Blue.
this set. It's so amazing. Who designed this set?
Riva, how did you come up with it? Where did Riva Blue come from? How did you get that name?
How did I get that name? Rivablue.
You know, I always wanted to know that too. Yeah,
Okay,
where did that
it
come from?
actually came about. I was on a drive when I lived in D.C.
Okay.
And I was driving from D.C. and I went to go see my mother. I was going to see my mother. And as I was driving in this car, I had a little Jaguar at the time, kind of a
Ooh.
teal color, real pretty car.
My dream car.
A whole nother story related to this
Had a-
car
had a
and what
Jag.
happened to it. But anyway, that's another whole nother story. So I'm driving, and as I'm going across the Delaware Bridge, driving from D.C. to New Jersey, and the sky was just so beautiful, and the water was just so blue. And
Wow.
I've just felt like I wanted to be with my mother already. I wanted to be on the other side. So actually, Riva is for the river, blue is for the sky, and it means I'll be with you wherever you go, beyond the horizon. So you can always take me
That's
with
so
you.
nice.
So when you listen to me on the radio, you can always take me with you, listening in on WCLK.com. And so that's beyond the horizon. So I'm always reaching people all around the world, not just here in Atlanta, but all around the world. So that's
Right, you know they listen to you in Germany. They
Yes.
listen to you in Europe, in London. Did you know that?
they listen to me in Africa and over in Hawaii. I have some friends
Riva,
over
I
in
told
Hawaii.
you are, whether you know that, you're huge. I mean, you got fans everywhere.
I'm just international. Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
My friends in New
International.
Zealand as
Yes.
well.
Yep.
You are.
So, well, that's what we mean by beyond the horizon.
Yeah, but
That is
Your
awesome.
voice.
That's an awesome story.
we hear you on the radio. I'm just like, yeah, that girl, there she is. That's Riva.
So when are you two going to get together and put out your CD, your recording? When is that going to happen?
No.
trying to get-
She's
she-
doing it again.
She's fishing.
But you talked about it. You talked
Riva,
about it.
No, I have
and you two
we
sound so
do-
wonderful
we do-
together.
you know,
we
do a lot of
want to
things.
know about you. And my next question to you
Oh,
is,
Give it to
who is your favorite jazz singer?
Who is my favorite?
Your favorite.
My favorite.
I know you got a few, but who's your favorite?
My favorite all-time jazz singer. It's really a toss-up. Who I discovered first was Sarah Vaughan.
Oh, that's my favorite. My all-time favorite.
Who I
Sarah
actually
Vaughan.
discovered first, actually singing in a club, Sarah Vaughan, and this was at a club in Washington, D.C. called Blues Alley.
I've been there.
Yes, yes.
Blues
And
Alley is really cool.
Whenever Sarah Vaughan was in D.C., I was there at the club, and I would just sit there and I would look at her, and I just look right in her face, listening to this beautiful sound coming out, and how she did it, and how she sang, and her presentation. And one day, I just felt it was just so necessary. As a matter of fact, the year was 1990, because it was the same year that she passed. And I ran upstairs and had to tell her, I wanted to tell her how much I have appreciated her over the years. listening to Sarah Vaughan. So I ran upstairs. And by the time I got to the top of the stairs, I was just full of tears. I was full of tears. I was just torn up. And she looked at me and she said, she held me and took my hand. And she said, baby, what's wrong? And I said, I just want to tell you, I just want to just, I could
Couldn't
barely
get it
get, I
out.
could
Couldn't get it out.
Barely
get
talk.
out. But I just had to tell her and thank
Yeah,
her,
thank her.
For all that she has given me musically, vocally over the years. And I had another opportunity to spend a little time with her before that, and we were on the SS Norway on the jazz cruise.
Wow.
So I would follow her around. One time I was just following her around, and she's like, what do you want? Maybe you could just help me find my way to my room or something. And I was like, yeah, I'll show you how to get there. And Sarah Vaughan would stay, she is a late night person. And on the jazz cruise on the SS Norway, it would be like 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, and I'm still waiting for her to come from her cabin and come on down. But I finally gave up, and I said I'll wait for the performance. And
She sang on the cruise?
Yeah,
Oh,
she sang
boy.
on the cruise. She was on the cruise. Joe Williams was on the cruise.
Oh,
artists
Joe
like
Williams.
Dizzy Gillespie.
Joe Williams.
Yes.
Like, how can you stand it? Joe Williams.
Joe Williams was a very good friend of mine.
Oh,
Yes. I would.
I'm still blown
so
away.
many jazz greats. Oh my
I know,
God.
because we see you with
Just
everybody.
like I'm sitting here next to you, I would sit on the floor next to Joe, and he would just tell me all his stories about when he was with Count Basie and Duke Ellington, and how much he loved being in the organization and singing with them and being a part of it. He was just all music, and he really truly loved what he did.
Joe's
Well, you know,
voice.
I always thought he was the male version of Sarah Vaughan. They both had these silky
this
voices.
smoothness.
That's about right. And Sarah Vaughan and Billy Eckstine, they were quite a pair as well. But my other great is, of course, singer Billie Holiday.
Oh yeah.
And I think when I was
Wow.
about 8 years old, I was reading about Billie Holiday. And then in the early 70s, Diana Ross and the Billie Holiday story came out, Lady Sings the Blues.
We got
Now
that.
see, that's when
Yeah.
I discovered Billie. When she did that, I pulled up everything on Billie. I went to the library. I read. There's only a few books on her. Excuse me. And I read every single one of them. And one she did in the hospital bed, and it's about this thick. And she, I pulled up newspaper clippings, of the day she went to prison. I put when she passed. I pulled up everything. I just went Billie Holiday crazy.
Diana Ross really did a very good
she
job
did a
on
great
that.
job.
And
Really.
making more people
Wow.
aware, especially the generation at that time, and bringing more awareness to the life and the story of Billie Holiday.
Yeah, because of that movie, it's like you said, it's making younger kids see her, remember her, know who she is. I hate to hear somebody say, Billie who?
Oh, it happens all the time, and
Yeah.
especially me working on a college campus and working with and being around a lot of young people. And when they come to the radio station, some of them are interns working with us, or they're working with us on the fundraiser, or I'm just
Oh,
trying
right, because WCLK is on.
It's on Clark. Yeah, that's right.
Yes, on the
It's
campus of
it's
Clark
on there.
Atlanta University.
Right.
And sometimes I just want to know what they know.
And so the kids at the college, they don't
They can't relate to it.
seem like they remember the greats.
No, a lot of them, there are quite a few of them that don't have the knowledge. They have not been informed, or they were just not educated, or maybe their parents were not into that type of music where they would know who Sarah Vaughan, Sassy, the Divine One, Sarah Vaughan.
No, I know you
Or
ran it.
Ella Fitzgerald. But I must say that earlier this year, we did, along with the Unity Jazz Foundation, we did a program with the band from, I believe it was Westlake High School.
Oh,
and
okay. They have a jazz
They
band?
have a wonderful program. And that's where you know that the schools are involved in music, and they're trying to educate young people on the history of jazz and those who have those true legends. Because a young man came out there and he was singing some jazz songs, and I was like, yeah, that's what's happening. That's what's going on. That's what I want to see. And so, so we can thank people like Stan O'Brien of the Unity Jazz Foundation for doing what he's doing in the community to make us more aware and young people more aware of what the history of jazz is all about. And plus, he's providing scholarship funds to different schools around the metropolitan area.
Nice.
Yes, so that that's what he's trying to do to for the legacy of jazz and the music by making that's his contribution.
Keep jazz alive.
I was going to ask, because WCLK is on Clark Atlanta's campus, do they have a jazz program?
Yes, they do.
Here? Okay.
Professor James Patterson,
Okay.
who has been around for so many years and has had very special guests such as Dizzy Gillespie. I can't speak of all those who were there before I came there, but I see some of the signs of when you walk into his office, some of the jazz greats that have come through there, Carmen McRae's and Nancy Wilson's, all of these wonderful performers.
Wow.
So yes, Clark Atlanta University has a jazz band, a jazz studies program as well. As a matter of fact, sometimes this is the part you miss because you're so busy hanging out with Anthony that you're not. Well, we're going to make some time later on. I want you to really get settled in and really know that well, he's not going anywhere and you're not going anywhere, and you can come and join us again for the jazz interpretations. Yes.
Oh,
And,
yes. Tell us about that, because you're up at Cafe 290 up in Roswell.
Yeah, well, see, you got me off track there for a minute, but I want you to come on over to the music department over at Clark Atlanta University, because they have some great pianos over there, and we have this young man by the name of Phil Adair, a wonderful piano player, and he's working with me on some jazz songs.
I know Phil.
Yes.
He works with Otis. Otis Davis, I think.
Okay, Otis Davis, who I happened to run into, who was performing recently, recently at Sweet Auburn Seafood.
Nice.
And I went there with some friends of mine. We had dinner. We really enjoyed the show that Otis Davis put on. And then they called me up to sing. I did not want to go up to sing. They were doing, some Frankie Beverly stuff and some Jill Scott. And I said, let them do their thing. But the group of people I was with they were not having it. They were here for a Google program dealing with the youth and young people establishing businesses. The young lady's name, Tanya Hamilton. And anyway.
We were just talking about that.
Yeah, and they're doing great things, and they're coming back in November. And but they asked me to come up to sing, and Otis was playing guitar. And first, I always had this problem every now and then with my right leg. Right leg starts to shake. And
when you get nervous.
But I've learned to use that nervous energy.
Yeah, dance.
And
There you go. Just play it off.
Yeah. So I went up and did a song called "Centerpiece." That was. Otis requested that I do Centerpiece, because we had worked on it sometime before, a few years ago, when I sang with him in a little gig we had. So he was comfortable with doing Centerpiece.
So how does Centerpiece go?
Oh, the more I'm with you, pretty baby, the more I feel my love increase, like your love, you know what I'm talking about? I am building all my dreams around you. My happiness will never cease. See how she's smiling at you? Cause nothing's in there good without you.
I know
Cause baby,
that.
you're my centerpiece. Yeah. We'll build a house house and garden somewhere along a country road a piece. A little cottage on the
Got some background going.
outskirts where we can really find relief. 'Cause nothing's any good without you. 'Cause baby, you're my centerpiece.
Hey,
I
yes.
like that.
You know, I do remember when I came to 290 a year ago, and I did catch your show. You were singing. It was during the holidays, so that was my first time hearing you sing. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, that's what we
Yeah.
had. Oz.
Yeah. Oz was there that night. I mean,
Our dear Oz,
Yeah.
our piano player who passed away. But Oz was trying to get me to do everything. He wanted me to sing Christmas songs. He wanted me to learn how to play piano. He wanted, you know, all these wonderful ballads and all these swing tunes to be a part of my repertoire. And I just I am so grateful that I had Kevin Osborne in my life to
I
show
know
me.
that he was.
And
Wow.
it was crazy
He was
because
awesome.
that's actually the first time I met Oz. But Oz is actually from where I'm from Queens.
In New York. Yeah.
And I didn't know that. And he knew the group that I was in. It was like, wow. It's
Yeah.
like, well, why didn't we know each other?
And he lived near you
And
too.
he lived near, and he knew the Total Eclipse. Shout out Total Eclipse. But he knew the band. He knew the band that I was in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, how come we never met? Well, it just didn't happen. But I know Tom Brown.
Yes. And
See, I knew Tom.
There
It's
you go.
crazy.
And see, in that night at 290, Anthony got up and did the Christmas song. It was like right off the cuff.
yeah.
You know, it,
yeah.
I
it
was
was
just
so
ad-libbing,
cool.
doing some Christmas
It was
stuff,
so
and
cool.
you know, hey.
And it just
We had
works.
fun. We do have to come back up to 290.
We do.
Well,
We
how
do.
about this?
We do. We do.
Since
Uh-oh.
Here we go.
how about this? Since when Anthony came to Cafe 290 to perform his Christmas song, I think I was doing Santa Baby, and Jasmine, you were chestnut, you were roasting on an open fire or something.
Yeah.
What were you doing? You were
The
just-
Christmas
she was just so
song,
in
that's-
awe of everything.
that's my
of awe of you,
favorite.
knowing that you were there. That, you know, Jasmine, she just had to get it together because she was still googly eyed and all this stuff.
I was just tagging along, you know. I was just tagging along that night.
Yeah,
we were just hanging out, you know.
So the season is coming up. We you know,
yeah,
just a couple
yeah.
months before the holiday season, before Christmas.
Yeah.
So you guys should come and stop by Cafe 290 and sing with us.
Well, we do. You know, we usually
the
tape
holidays.
at home with AJ on Wednesdays.
that's
and I know
okay.
that's your
Bring at home with AJ to Cafe.
to Cafe
290.
290.
But you know, we do have a segment
could do
called
it.
AJ, you know,
That's
on
a
the time with
thought.
AJ.
Yeah,
On the time with AJ, so we
AJ
do
on
that.
AJ on the road.
know.
Anthony and Jasmine on the road. So we're gonna see you at Cafe 290.
Yeah.
right?
On
We-
the
we
town
can
with
take-
AJ.
For the holidays.
Yeah, we can take AJ on the town. So we can do that and interview you and whoever there.
Yes.
Now, Reva, I
can do
did
that.
not ask you, how long have you been with WCLK?
I've been with WCLK since September of 2006.
Okay.
I came there as a recommendation. Some things were changing, and Renee Williams, who was there before me, was going back home. And so I took her place, but I was recommended by a jazz singer that I know, a friend of mine and a friend of Renee's from Washington, D.C., George V. Johnson Jr., who is also a world-renowned jazz singer. And
Okay.
he used to listen to me on the radio in D.C. So he said, well, you know, you don't really have to look for anyone. You have an announcer right there, because they were looking for someone to replace Renee.
And he was
for
talking about
Jazz
you.
at Sundown, and he was
Oh,
speaking
okay.
of me. So it was like I had to go through a little competition there. It was me one week and another young lady the next week. And then they finally made their decision, the general manager. So I've been there since September of 2006. We'll just say until further notice.
And they're right now, Anthony, in the middle of their fundraising.
It's
Tell
a
us
fundraising
about
drive
the
where
drive.
anyone and everyone who are listening to WCLK, we're asking for you to become a member, because we're a non-commercial radio station. We're an NPR affiliate, and 40% of our operating budget also comes from people who listen to WCLK. So there are people who are already members. There are people who
Like
are
me.
Yes.
I'm a sustaining member.
You're
I'm
a
very
sustaining
proud to
member.
say.
Right, a sustaining member. So
Well,
that
I'm not,
means-
but I'm going to have to become a member.
We are.
Yeah.
We are
Are we?
together.
Oh, I'm on your. Okay.
Oh, yes, you are.
You didn't tell me.
And that's wonderful.
I-
It all goes in the pot. Let me just drink to that.
Hey,
There you
I'll
go.
join you.
Cheers.
You know.
Yeah, how about
cheers.
that? Yeah, that's okay.
Okay. Jazz?
Yeah, I like this idea. The two of you are just an amazing couple.
I'll eat my grapes.
You just
it's
let me
this
know when you're ready to throw the bouquet and when we get to that point. But if not, it's not about whether you get to that point or not, but the mere fact that you have a wonderful relationship going on.
And we do.
And that's what I truly
We
love
are
about the two of you.
we are on a wonderful, beautiful journey together. We really are. It's a journey that I never thought would ever happen for myself.
Yes.
And it's happening, and every day is like the first time that we're together. We laugh all the time. We do everything together, and it's like
I know
wow.
you laugh all the time.
All the time. You see us on-
Non-stop. I was trying to
We-
get some sleep
we're-
because I get an opportunity to stay here, every now and
because
then.
I know
when
you follow us
when-
on Facebook, so we. How many people are following us right now?
Anthony Riva's telling all our business.
I know.
But
This
you
interview
don't
was supposed to be
mind.
about her.
But it's about us. How
But
are
you know
gonna
what?
Invite a friend
But you know
over
what?
to your home.
But you know what?
And I'm frying fish. I should be the person who's being served, and I'm going to go in the kitchen
I'm at-
and fry some
cook-
porgies.
Cook dinner.
I'm
We're
at
gonna
R
eat
right
so
now.
good.
We are at R.
when
Here
it's-
you are in our
it's
living room.
over.
The
Yes.
great, the fabulous Rivablue sitting right here
Yes.
on our
Hey,
couch.
Anthony,
Yeah.
your your other love of your life, Riva, had the pleasure
The other love of my life.
of Miss Natalie Cole.
Oh my goodness.
Riva, tell
that's
us about
right.
tell us
Oh,
about
the
The
Natalie.
Natalie Cole concert.
Anthony
Oh
is in-
Is there?
man, I listen. Oh,
Next
God.
to me, he is in love with Natalie Cole.
Natalie Cole is like
Let me tell you.
Ooh, boy, did she learn well. She
Yeah.
learned her craft very well.
I remember when I was in high school, I think 11th grade, and we had a competition. And I decided I wanted to sing a Natalie Cole song.
What song
Which
was
one?
I don't remember.
it? Was it one of the standards?
I bet-
Was it
no,
one of the
I
new-
bet it
Well, she
was,
was doing
um,
pop. Well, she was
let me
doing
see.
pop
This
stuff.
Will Be?
This
It
was-
might have been.
Yeah.
This
Well, that was her
will
first
be-
hit.
No,
That was her-
no, there was another one. It was a
Oh,
little bit
the
slower.
one, it was the
Where-
small one.
Inseparable.
Oh, that's a real
Oh.
favorite.
Wow.
That's a real
anyway,
popular one.
it was so bad that
It was bad?
It was bad. It was bad.
Did you have a band
As a
backing
matter
you?
of
Did you sing a
fact,
cappella
A
or
young
what?
lady who was a better singer, I remember, Alicia Wilkerson. She was like a year, I believe.
You remember her
ahead of me.
name?
Of course, we grew up around the corner from each other. Yes, and as a matter of fact, her sister Evelyn lives in Georgia as well.
Wow.
You know, I grew up in New Jersey, but yeah, that was one of those. They say, I want to forget. I forgive you. I forgive myself for that moment, but I can't forget.
But
Yes.
tell us how that concert was.
Oh,
This was the day that you
yeah.
had. That was the day of your graduation.
That was the day.
The day that
we
you-
were supposed to do so many great things.
I
Yeah,
know.
that was the
on
day of your
that
graduation, wasn't it?
That
Yeah.
was the day of
Yes.
Jasmine's graduation,
Yes.
and I
So we
know
were
you
busy.
were there, right?
Absolutely.
Of course, the two of
Of
you
course.
had so much
You
to
saw
do
us
on
on
that
Facebook.
day. And I was supposed to join you guys for the graduation, but we had so much to do at the radio station in preparation for Natalie
What
Cole.
was it like? Just
Oh,
what was
it
it
was
like?
absolutely
Yeah,
incredible.
we were drooling on the
Oh.
pictures. I said, look at Riva.
Mm-hmm.
But most importantly, a great thing was happening on that day. You were graduating from college, and you knew I really wanted to be there.
Master's
and I
degree,
was like,
baby.
I can't be there
Master.
because I'm doing what I have to do, and you are doing something that so many people, want to do. I was the first graduate in my family to graduate from college.
And wasn't that awesome? Wasn't that awesome?
It was a great day to
I'm
be
so
walking
proud of
across
her.
the stage,
It was
and I'm so
wonderful.
very proud of you also.
So proud of
that
her.
was going on. So then after that, I know you guys went and had You went and had
Oh,
a great
We
lunch.
had
had
dinner, lunch.
We went up to the
Lunch.
Cheesecake Factory. Oh, yes. It was
right.
wonderful.
I know you two were still together then. And then the concert was going on. And while the concert was going on with Natalie Cole, you two were still celebrating Jasmine's graduation.
Yeah.
What
The
were
whole
y'all
day was-
doing?
And still
What were y'all doing
drooling
around
over
when the
your
concert was going?
pictures.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we were looking at them. We were saying,
fabulous picture with Natalie Cole.
I had my lips stuck out to here.
Her lip was a mile.
She sounds so beautiful.
Really?
And it was like one of those dreams come true.
I heard her commercials.
Yeah.
She did one for CLK. And
Yeah.
What is she like meeting
yeah.
her? You know, you talk to her.
Well, I had an opportunity to talk to her first of all on the phone, and of course the first thing she said was, "Rivablue, that's such a wonderful name." And I told her, I'll have to tell you about it. She wanted to know about the name.
The story.
I said, I'm going to have to tell you about it later, Natalie. And so, we just went into some things about what she's doing right now and her Spanish album, Espanol, and some of the
she's got a Spanish album coming
some
out?
of the Spanish songs that
Okay.
she's singing. And then, but the night of the concert, again, I was just there in awe of Natalie Cole because one of the great singers that I've always idolized. And when she was there, and I was standing next to Natalie. So I was standing there next to Natalie Cole because we have the red carpet, you have the 91.9 billboard, and I'm standing there with Natalie and a couple of the other announcers from WCLK, and we're taking pictures. And I just realized I'm really standing here next to Natalie Cole.
Couldn't believe it.
And I just didn't know what so I just said, I'm not going to spoil this moment. So I grabbed her and I hugged her. They were like, you're just supposed to take pictures. Nobody said you could touch her. I'm like, I'm standing here next to Natalie Cole. I am going to
Getting a hug.
There you go.
On stage, she's larger than life.
Really?
And
How tall is she? Is she tall or is she short?
We're about the same height.
Okay.
She might
She
be
looks tall.
a fraction. Well, that's what stage does for you. You on stage, you probably look about 7'6". Larger than life. Yeah, you would probably look larger than life. But no, when she came backstage and she was we were doing our little photo shoot for the station and for ourselves. No, she was a little petite lady, and I was like,
Wow.
oh, I could just carry her around. Yeah.
The
But,
legendary Natalie Cole.
So tell me, did Freddie Cole come to the show?
No, Freddie Cole was doing a concert. I believe he was in Brazil.
Oh.
Yeah. And Freddie Cole, who I believe just turned 84. And there was also a birthday celebration for him at the Sweet Auburn Seafood. And
I never
celebrating
who
his
was
birthday.
older? Who was Nat? Or who's the oldest? I never knew that. Was Freddie?
Nat King Cole would be like 100 and some years old.
Okay.
Right now?
Nat, he was.
Okay.
Yeah, because he was born
he
in
was-
1919.
Are you sure 1990?
Yeah, I saw
Was it
that online. Remember, I said Nat was born in
Are you sure
1919.
1990?
It's-
It could have been.
Did you
That's
say?
what it
He
said.
was
It
like,
said 1919 because I
is
said he
that
would have been
13
pretty
years
old.
older than
Than
that's
Freddie?
about 12 or 13 years older.
Oh, he's that much
than
older than Freddie?
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
I never
because-
knew who was older. I didn't
Well,
Because I said, wow, 1919.
19.
yeah.
Wow.
Well, I had the opportunity of catching a ride with Freddie Cole from Washington, D.C. to New York.
Whoa.
And he was driving
How'd you
this.
finagle that one?
We were headed in the same direction. And he was driving.
Wow.
Okay.
And I could go home and, hop on. When we got to New York, I could get on the train and go home to New Jersey because it's only like an hour away. But on the journey, which was a very historical journey, Freddie Cole, once we got into New York, of course, he was talking about his brother and the history and him learning music from his brother. And he comes from a musical family. Everyone played an instrument, everybody piano, everyone sang. But Freddie Cole was to be the football player, but he injured
Not
his
a
hand.
musician.
But he injured his hand. Not that he wasn't going to, because it's in him, but his desire was to play football, but he injured his hand, and that
Never knew that.
ended his football career.
So Freddie would have been a football player had he not injured his hand.
I do believe so, yes.
A singing
That's
football
what-
player.
Yes.
You
remember
can
the-
combine the two.
But you know,
You
there
can-
are other
you can combine the
musicians
two, yes.
who like basketball players. Wayman,
Look at Wayman There you go.
Tisdale, yeah,
Okay.
and
Bass,
phenomenal
basketball.
artist,
Sure.
and who played. Unfortunately, he passed away so young.
And the bass
because-
player,
Yeah, Wayman.
Wayman
Yeah, Wayman
Tisdale.
Tisdale was
cancer.
a bass player, and
Yeah.
so so Freddie Cole told me all about his growing up and being the youngest in the family, and then following in the footsteps of his older brother and his other siblings, and then he would tell me all about the Sugar Hill days and his brother playing in the
Sugar
clubs
Hill.
in Sugar Hill, and then after he reached a certain age, he went to New York to hang out with Nat King Cole and be a part of the music scene.
Well, he sounds just like him.
He does.
Doesn't he?
goodness.
But
He
I
does.
had the pleasure of meeting him. Remember the jazz club that we did this show with? Maria Howell
Star Blues and Jazz.
and Freddie
Club.
came in.
Yes,
I
he
was
did.
awestruck.
Yeah,
I
Freddie
mean,
Cole.
he said, I was like, oh my God, Nat King Cole's brother is here.
Yes,
That was so nice.
and he lives in Atlanta, and I run into him sometimes around the bank or at the nail salon. He treats himself real well. Yes, and I was like, Freddie, where are you going? I got to go get my nails done, and so I was like, oh, I just left there. I was like, okay, well, I'll see you around. But I've known him for years. I think I might have been in my mid-20s when I met Freddie Cole.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, we used to do a lot of shows with Freddie Cole in D.C. and now here in Atlanta, because WCLK, we also celebrated one of his, I think it was 2009 that we celebrated his birthday in 2009.
Well, how long has CLK? Well, how many years has CLK actually been on the scene? What?
41 years
Okay.
since 1974.
Wow, that's.
And when is the anniversary?
Well, we had an anniversary. That was part of the anniversary was with Natalie Cole. And now we have another a fall benefit concert, which is still a part of our anniversary celebration with Diane Reeves and Foreplay at Cobb Energy Center, and
I
that's
saw that on Facebook.
Yeah, that's
November the
Diane
12th.
November the 12th.
There you
It's
go.
a Thursday.
I knew it.
See, now
It's on
you
a
can
Thursday.
make that event.
on a Thursday.
You can make this event, okay?
She does it.
Oh, I've seen
That's
Diane
all
Reeves.
She
She's
does it for
great.
you.
I've seen Foreplay there.
Now,
Awesome.
Yeah.
guys, we are getting close to the end of this show. And we have some questions for you, Reva, from some of your fans.
Oh, you do?
More fans.
Yes.
More
You
fans.
do? I have
fans?
You have
Yes,
fans all
you
over the
get to pick-
world.
You get to pick
Okay.
2 questions out of the magic bag.
Oh, okay.
And you have to answer them.
I have to answer
Have
that.
Look
to
at that bag.
answer them.
Okay.
Isn't that nice?
Shake
Wow.
It, shake it
Beautiful
up,
bag.
Anthony.
By
Shake it
design,
up.
where do you get all of your artistic talent from?
He is,
Where does that
he
come
is
from?
very artistic.
From, well, do we have time?
Well, sure you
She's
do.
trying to
Okay.
interview us
Okay.
again.
Okay.
My parents were artists. My mother,
Okay.
she has left us in 2007, but my mother was a phenomenal, fabulous fashion designer. Gloria Smith, out of New York City. My father was an interior decorator,
Okay.
and that's where I get it from.
So he's got it honest.
Yes, he
It's
does.
in the blood. So let me shake and bake this thing here. Yes. So,
I love
jazz.
the bag. Can I walk away with the bag?
I don't know. It's a special bag.
We'll get
special
you one.
bag.
It's a
We'll
special
get
bag.
you one, though.
I look high. I look high and low for this bag, and I found it. Okay. Now I want you to put your hand in here, pick a question out, and give it to Jazz.
Put my eyes on.
Okay, here's one.
Alrighty. Okay. What type of degree do I need to have to get into radio?
Good question.
The same one I have. A degree,
That's a good question.
mass
Yeah,
media.
what kind of degree you need?
Mass media communications. Okay, it's like this. I started out as a nursing major and then switched over to journalism, mass media communications. How I became a radio announcer, I was running down the hall. I was a nursing major. It had nothing to do with me wanting to be a radio announcer. It just happened. Sometimes you're in the right place at the right time. And
So you were running down the hall.
I was running down the hall, just minding my business, and then bumped into this. I was supposed to be going to a math class, and then the math instructor was not there. So, I was strolling around the halls. I was just University of the District of Columbia in D.C. So, and the fellow was running out of the classroom, which actually was the radio station itself, which was operated by the students at UDC. And so he bumped into me, and he said, well, what are you doing right now? I was like, I'm doing nothing. He said, well, why don't you go in here and watch the radio station for me for a while until I come back.
Wow.
And he said,
That sounds like a
Watch
TV show.
well, he said,
What?
yes, just look
Have a
out for
seat
things.
and-
Just make sure everything. Don't let
Don't touch
anybody
nothing.
come in here and just steal all the records and stuff, because they had quite a collection of records there at the radio station, the student-operated station. And so he quickly put me into the booth where the turntables were, the headphones, and of course
the microphone.
And of course, and the microphone. And he said, well, see this jazz album that's on here right now? And I looked, I was like, Frankie Beverly and Mays. I was like, okay. He said, well, you can play that, or you can choose whatever you want to play.
What you play?
Wait, well, hold on a second now. So he left me there. He said, you can turn this knob, because at the time you have to turn the pot up, and not quite like the way modern technology
digital.
has improved and all. And I was like, okay. So I had no clue what to say. I had no idea. And then he just left out and left me in there. And I love you, Frankie, but I took the record off and I put on, because I had just seen Dexter Gordon.
Oh my goodness.
I was about 19
Dexter.
and
Tenor
19,
man.
20. And I said, well, I know I just saw this man. He was larger than life. Dexter Gordon was like
you saw him
6'5".
live?
Yes.
Oh,
And
wow.
at Blues Alley in Georgetown, in
Blues
D.C.
Alley.
And I said, I think I got an idea what some great jazz is all about. And I got that Dexter Gordon album, and I put it on the turntable, and then there you go.
Wow.
That's how it started.
And that's how it started.
You know, it's interesting because I was actually going to ask you, how did you actually get started in radio?
Yeah.
Well, somebody beat me to it.
Yeah. Yeah. Now, of course, there are schools that will teach you radio and how to be a broadcaster, but
Like a communications major.
well, there are schools like 2-year schools that you can go to that will teach you how to become a broadcaster or a radio announcer, or how to do if you're into sports, whatever. But
They can't teach you how to have that voice.
How to say live from Atlanta, Georgia. It's. Did you know that was me?
Okay. From where?
I went to school.
What? Okay. All right.
I
What school?
went to-
Where'd you go to school?
That school over there.
That school over there.
Yeah, it was called that school over there.
Okay.
And I went there
Yeah. Well. Okay.
and I learned how to do that. That school
All right.
over there.
But let me just tell you, while I was at where I went to school, I learned a lot from the guys who showed me how to become a radio announcer. From splicing tape, and we worked with cartridges during that time and reel-to-reels, and they showed me how to present myself as a radio announcer.
Oh, so you did more than just playing music.
Right. There's
Yeah.
more to it. You
she
learn
learned-
how to how to record commercials, how to write commercials. And they taught me all of this, how to do this. And from there, from 1980 to 1982, UDC started a professional radio station, that the students who were at the student-operated station went over to the now professional station to teach others how to be radio announcers, or we helped build this radio station together. And there were like 4 or 5 students, or maybe 6 of us, who went over to the now new station. And we spent a lot of time there. We were there from the beginning. We started with 30 albums from the collection of the general manager. And by the time they closed in 1997, they had thousands of records.
Wow.
And from there, we interviewed some of everyone in the music business, in jazz, in R&B, and because we had an oldies program, we had gospel. So we met so many musicians that were in the business and learned a lot from them.
I need to hang out with you. But we're gonna shake this up again. We got another viewer question. Again, somebody from around the world wants to say something to you and ask you a question.
Okay.
Shake it real good. Okay. And I'm gonna read this question.
Are y'all ready for some spicy fried fish?
Yes.
Oh, you know it. You know it. We almost there. Okay. You know, I can't see.
I'm still in denial, but it's all right.
I know, you can't see either.
See, I told you the perfect match.
Check this out. Hi, Riva. Okay. Hi, Riva. I want to break into the business. I like journalism. Do you think it's best to go for television or radio?
Personal preference.
Oh, okay. I thought you were going to say radio. No.
No, it would be.
That's a good question.
Personal preference.
Because it's media, so.
Hey, when you take classes, do they prepare you for all of that, for media, radio, for everything, or
it's just radio?
Do you have to go for one specific thing?
Well, my degree in journalism / mass communications, it included TV, writing, being able to write for TV, and being able to, it did not necessarily include being able to be a journalist for radio, but it was an overall, it included media to become a media specialist, but it did not necessarily include radio. They had the radios. I'm still wondering why they had the radio station there if they didn't have a class in radio, but they didn't. So it was all hands-on. Like I said, I was fortunate that UDC had a radio station there, a TV station, much like Clark Atlanta University, a radio station, a TV station. I used to do a TV show there as well called Jazz Visions, and well, I guess one of my favorite interviews was with the great Chuck Brown. But anyway, that's a whole nother story. Maybe
I know
you'll invite me back.
You're gonna have to come
I'll tell
back
you more
because
about it.
you got so much to tell. I love it when the guests have a lot to tell and not our business.
Little Andy had to put some glasses on because he was like, like, wow.
He's overwhelmed.
He's overwhelmed, so he was like, I got to get a closer look at this lady here because I don't believe I'm sitting next to. I don't believe I'm
But
sitting
Anthony,
next to you.
we're gonna have to say goodnight. Riva, thank you so much. We truly enjoyed you. Enjoyed having you here in our home.
We enjoyed you. Little Anthony enjoyed you. I enjoyed you.
You know, you could have
Come
kicked your shoes off.
Took your shoes off.
I can.
Yeah, kick them off because you get ready to go in that kitchen and throw down on some fish.
There's one thing that I want everyone to always remember. AJ Productions LLC. Where?
Vision
What?
and reality
And reality
come together.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Good night.